Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Dead Heat Scramble. That's a new menu item at Denny's, I think. Dead Heat Scramble was a racing game released for the Game Boy in 1990, just barely a year after the Game Boy itself was released in the US. And don't expect this to be a major graphical powerhouse, because this was an early game in the library. Dead Heat Scramble was one of the first 60 games released for the Game Boy, and one of only 2 driving games out at the time, the other one being a platformer mix made by Konami. Dead Heat Scramble can be considered the first ever true racing game on the handheld. The company behind Dead Heat Scramble was Capia Systems, a Japanese company with only 12 titles to their name, but those 12 titles are actually quite varied, between platformers, RPGs, flight simulators, and, female pro wrestling games. So Capia is one of those companies that experimented, albeit quite briefly, with as many genres as they could. So we really have no frame of reference for how this game is gonna be, unless it ends up being about female pro wrestling somehow. Although probably not, based on this cover. Covers like this were always incredibly eye-catching, with a thrilling race happening in... Wait, where are we? A half-pipe in the desert? I'm pretty sure those aren't naturally occurring. Alright, we're gonna rev up and head to the starting line. Let's check out Dead Heat Scramble. Oh, it's already begun. Dead Heat Scramble. Presented by Electro Brain, but made by Capia System. This music is charming. Let's go with charming. There's only one... Hey, what the... Oh, hang on. I want to get on that high score list. Anyway, 1 player. Car select. Ooh, I wasn't ready for choices. Dune buggy, sandrail, or sandrail, I guess. Off-road truck. I want to go to dune buggy. Time, I have 1:30. Oh, we're starting. A to move forward. Oh God! Oh, so we are in a half pipe. It's just like the cover. Whoa! Out of the way, jerk. And B jumps. Whoa, God! Who? What? Boulder? Unsafe racing environment. Whoa, God. Whoa, God. Okay, I know it's super early into playing this, but I'm already quite enjoying this. There's actually a surprisingly nice sense of physics, believe it or not. Well, for the Game Boy era, anyway. Ow. Like, I'll try to demonstrate. Ow. You actually can rock back and forth, get a little speed going to avoid stuff, grab clocks? What is that? I guess there's power-ups, too? I had a clock there for a sec. Did that stop the timer? I didn't notice. The funny thing is, when you jump... Uh-oh. Wait a sec. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aww. What? Oh, that's showing me... Oh! That was the full race course, and you go through all 10 levels, I guess. I am determined to do this. So when you hit B... The only thing to indicate you're actually jumping is that there's a circle behind you representing that shadow. Which is pretty hilarious. But for early Game Boy, it's doing a good job at making... Oh God. Everything's fine. Alright. Grab the Molotov cocktail. Again, I don't know what any of these power-ups are doing. I gotta look that up. Alright, the physics when you're in air don't make much sense. Oh God! I just landed on that poor guy. Sorry. Oh, man. The time to get there is pretty tight. Wait a sec. Why am I going so much faster now? What's that noise? Wait a sec. I hit up on the D-pad and that thing made me go faster. So maybe the power-ups work that way? Hang on. I'm going to look up the power-ups in this. Yep, there are 6 power-ups. I had Nitro, makes you go faster. Magic Tire increases my traction. Oh my God, there's a surprising amount of depth to this game. Yes, show me how bad I failed. Alright, now that I know that there's power-ups, let's see if we can actually get something going. I'm enjoying this. It's like exactly the kind of arcadey fun you want out of a racing game. And yeah, there's a lot of games that can do that, but for a super early Game Boy game, like I said, this was one of the first 60 games ever made for the system. That's pretty great. Oh, turbo. I think we already lost. The only problem is, it seems like the time limit is very specific. Ow. And any sort of screw-up results in a failure. Oh, man. I activated the tire? I'm slipping around much less. Here goes the bomb. Oh, I killed someone. Wow. The tire actually works great. It's like, I can't believe I'm saying this. Obviously, it's nowhere near as good, but it's like almost an early version of Mario Kart. 10, 9, 8. Come on, we're so close. Turbo! Ah! I'm going to get this, though. I swear I'm going to make it to level 2. Let's try a different car. The Sandrail. I don't know if there's any actual difference in the car speed. It doesn't seem like there is. Alright, this time I'm going to play it much safer. Where are all the power-ups now? I'm noticing a problem here. I'm not going nearly fast enough. No! What is with the difficulty? It's the first stage! I'm determined to get to stage 2. Go. Oh, wait a second. Does the game want you to smack into other cars as much as possible? When I'm smacking into other cars, I couldn't help but notice that's getting me more power-ups. So the idea isn't to avoid them. I get it. The idea is to hit the other cars. Well, okay, if you insist. Oh, come on. This is the best we've ever done. Stop the clock. No! I got stuck. No! I couldn't jump. Please. Please. We could use a clock power-up right about now. Thank you. Yeah! All 2 frames of that flag were worth it. So the idea is to smack into other cars as much as you can. I can live with that. Hooray! And it's the same. To be expected. Oh, new music, though. New fun music. Yeah! Dead Heat Scramble is actually pretty awesome. For an early racing game in Game Boy Library, I'm enjoying this. Even if it is a little brutally difficult at times. I'd certainly like to go back for seconds on that Scramble. Okay, I'm done with egg jokes now. I'll admit, I went in expecting this game to be pretty rough, as early games in a system's life tend to be, but I was pleasantly surprised at how much fun Dead Heat Scramble ended up being. There was a legitimate sense of speed as you raced through the half-pipe, not to mention actual traction and physics that weren't exactly great, but they were there, which is certainly more than I expected from a Game Boy game. The addition of power-ups to make it easier to get to the finish was also good, especially with the tangible effects you could immediately see and feel when activated. I will say there doesn't seem to be much to the game, just 10 similar races and then you finish. Plus the difficulty was a bit iffy and the time limit was rather strict, but those are far from being deal breakers. The more I played, the more I got used to the issues, so I imagine just a little more practice would do wonders. It's pretty amazing to look back at such an early Game Boy game and see how good it is. Definitely give Dead Heat Scramble a try. It's a great racing game with a lot of fun to be had. Although I will admit, it's not quite as fun as female pro wrestling. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to subscribe so you can follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.